Welcome to blog 3. Sick Willy.
I'm Matt Willy Williams. I partied my way through high school. I joined the army straight out of school as a rifleman. I deployed to Afghanistan for 8.5 months as a crew commander at 20 and turned 21 over there. I've travelled the world twice, jumped from planes, dove under the sea, drank from shoes in over 20 countries, and I regret nothing. Returning home, in a regular doctor's checkup, I was diagnosed with an incurable, inoperable brain tumour on my 22nd birthday. Since then, I've made it my mission to enjoy my life as much as I can and show that terminal illness doesn't mean your life can't be successful, meaningful and fucking awesome, whilst putting in as much effort as I can to raising money for brain cancer research. 12 months of chemo done, 60,000 plus donated to research, and I'm fucking happier than ever. This is my story of refinding my health and redefining terminal illness and smiling through it all.
So, I think from the overtraining, well not the overtraining, but starting training again, that I have sort of compromised my immune system and picked up something. You can't even compromise your immune system anyway. If you don't mind, I'm going to double tap while I'm talking to you. I'm going to make a famous smoothie for the cooking with Willy. So I felt a little bit tired yesterday. And then still worked out. My throat hurt a little bit last night when I was running. So I was just like, oh, it'll be right, we'll manage. And then I've woken up today, all blocked up, sore throat, everything. Broke my blender. That's all I feel like because I'm sick. This bit, which is meant to just slot in here and then go up, which I've done a million times before, just won't grab. And then it leaked water all through this. Plus, I can't remember if the doctor said I need to take these tablets with food or without, so I'm going to run the benefit of the doubt and take them with food. So the antibiotics are actually for this dodgy big toe. It's a bit, she's a little bit manky. So although this cold is pretty much killing me today, definitely going to try and get back in the gym and still get some work done because I've only got 365 days till I'm fucking running, so I better get fit by then. Worst thing is there's someone like whippersnipping or angle grinding like my neighbours, and it's like the loudest, most annoying thing in the world, so I might not be doing much videoing, but we'll see if he ends. So firstly, I'm sorry about that the focus has been a little bit dodgy in some of my videos. My Canon camera has face detect autofocus, but it's shit. Like, for a few $1,000 camera, it's the worst thing ever. So if I'm taking photos or I'm shooting, I just use the autofocus points, like the dots, but face detect on Canon is, well, at least on a few year older Canons, is shit. So I just finished a workout. I'm actually feeling a lot better than I was this morning, so maybe that's saying something. So this podcast, I want to talk about exercise during chemotherapy. And I'm not going to lie, it's incredibly hard. If you're going through it or you know someone who's going through it, exercise during chemo is literally the last thing in the world you want to do. But it's probably one of the best things you can actually do for yourself. Australia, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that Australia in the past 10 or 11 months has become the first country in the world, Australian doctors are the first doctors in the world to actually be able to prescribe exercise as a form of treatment for cancer in conjunction with chemo, radio and any other treatments. And these scientists and doctors, these aren't just PTs, these are doctors and scientists, say that 9 of 10 cancer patients actually don't exercise enough. And I would put myself in that. I probably don't exercise enough or didn't exercise enough through chemo. But I like to think I did what I could. And it is very hard. So if you are looking to exercise during chemo, or you know someone you're going to recommend to, stick away from things, at least me, I stuck away from things like burpees or super like dynamic exercises like that, purely because my stomach and the nausea was so bad I just feel like throwing up. And then if you associate that with exercise, you're just not going to want to do it. So do things you enjoy. It's not as specific. Doctors aren't saying you need this big of biceps to have a better outcome with your cancer. It's not that at all. I sort of think during chemo, you're training to survive, you're not training to do something. So if there's a specific type of training you like to do that. Do what you enjoy. God, when I was sick, sometimes I drag myself to the gym and do a set of bicep curls. It's better than nothing, and it's all I felt like doing, or it was all I could manage to bring myself to do. So don't be too hard on yourself if you're like, oh, well, it's leg day, but no, not at all. Just do what you feel like doing. Also, I definitely struggled with doing things like legs before the chemo. So in that break that I'd have off the chemo each round, I wouldn't train massive muscle groups or super hard in the days leading up, because if I trained legs, my legs were killing me, and then I jumped into a round of chemo. The way chemo works, of course, it kills rapidly dividing cells. My legs just wouldn't cover. And some people might think, oh, it's just a bit of soreness, but it's more than that. You're so sore, so sick on the couch, or throwing up in the bathroom. The absolute last thing you want to do is have your legs killing you. And even then, your body needs energy to recover that. So you're just using any energy that you could be using to recover yourself during that chemo on that. So around chemo, work as hard as you want, and you need to work hard. Or harder than I did, at least. I'm learning sort of the hard way now that I'm off the chemo, trying to get back into health and my fitness. I'm learning sort of the hard way of how I let myself slack off. But during the chemo, you do need to listen to your body and pace yourself. There was a few times I did a lot of GHD sit-ups and legs in the same workout, like the Sunday before the chemo, and regretted it for like 2 weeks. It just blew me out of the water. So work hard during your breaks, but make sure you're recovered for the start of your chemo, and then light exercise during your chemo. I'm not a doctor, I can't recommend you do this. I've just gone through it myself. Every single person I've ever met with cancer who's on chemo, any treatment, exercise has helped them so much, and they put so much down to exercise helping them. And I put that to me that I'm not saying I'm in good shape at the moment, but I think I'd look 50 times worse if I didn't do exercise during chemo and keep myself active. And that's where this exercise, my strength stuff and my running is coming from. Was nearing the end of chemo, I started having these really bad dreams that I wasn't strong enough to like save myself. So say I'd be, I don't know, hanging underneath a crane pole, like underneath a crane, where usually I could just lift myself up and I'd be fine. Like, I'd be scared, I'd be fine. But of course I became so weak, my hands became so weak that I'd be having these dreams that I couldn't bring myself out of, and it's just terrible. It just means I'm not strong enough. And of course, the drugs have their effect. When you exercise during chemo, you're not going to get fitter. Like it or not, you're just not. You are still going to decline, I found, but you're going to decline less rapidly. So you start chemo here, you might finish chemo here if you exercise. If you don't, you're going to start chemo here and finish here. At least that's my take on it. I haven't done chemo without exercising, so I can't really be completely unbiased. But it's good for you anyway. If you look at the benefits of exercise and the lack of exercise that our sort of society does these days, no one can tell you that exercise is bad for you. And the way I see it with my illness anyway is, even if I do something with shit form, I'm probably not going to live long enough to hurt my back anyway. Yeah, so if you need any more tips on exercising during chemo, I didn't follow a specific plan. I just did what I felt like on the day and try to sweat it out a bit. It definitely helped with some nausea, and definitely helped in the coming off the drug. It helped me sort of sweat it out and get sort of my blood going around my body to get that chemo out of me and feel better. Like, I'm feeling, well, not completely, but I'm feeling a fair bit better than I was a few days ago, and I've been exercising harder than ever. Yeah, so if you need anything else, thank you. And thank you. This is blog number 4. So I hope these are not too boring for you. I hope it's just not me talking shit. I really hope you do enjoy them. And the other 3 you can find on my channel. So cheers, thanks, and look forward to blog number 5 tomorrow. Cheers.